Hi, welcome to Local Flavor. I'm Deborah Anderson and we're here in Moreland at Aunt Faye's Community Kitchen again. And today we're going to be making ground beef sliders. And I wanted to have with them some of that that salad with the ramen noodles, just because I haven't had it in so long. So I need to make that first because it needs to set for a little bit. But let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with some coleslaw mix. And this one, I got the angel hair. I like that it's really, really tiny. I need about 8 ounces. This one's 10, and I won't use the other 2 ounces for anything, so I'm just going to add them in. It'll be fine. It's a salad. So there's that. And then to make the sauce on top, I need a half a cup of oil. And I chose sunflower oil. This is some oil that is made right here in Kansas. And I thought, I'm putting sunflower seeds in it later. Let's just try it with sunflower oil. This is my first year to have sunflower oil, so this is the first time I'm trying this. But I think my thinking is right on. It's up further northwest in Kansas where they build this. Wright Farms in Bird City. And I need a 1/4 cup of cider vinegar and a 1/4 cup of sugar. And if I'm using my head, I will use the sugar first before I get it wet. A 1/4 cup of cider vinegar. And then we're going to use, if you've had, you know you've had this before. You choose whatever kind of flavor of ramen noodles you want. And we're going to put the seasoning packet in here too. I chose Oriental flavor. I did use the Click Cart. So they got me soy sauce flavor. So I don't know if they renamed it or if I got the wrong flavor. We'll find out. So I'm just going to whisk that together. I like this. There's so many recipes for this and they vary widely. And I chose this one mainly because it is the smallest and this stuff does not hold over in the fridge for too long. So I thought, let's just make a little bit. Okay, one of my favorite things about it, sunflower seeds. And we're going to use a half a cup of these. I think this bowl will be about 4 times bigger than we need. The first time I ever had this was at a high school reunion in Little River. And I think the Brookville people made it. It's not that far from there. Or somewhere near there. I'm just going to crunch up my ramen noodles. Hey, have you seen that video where they ate ramen noodles and they swallowed some sort of camera with it and they watched that it never really, you don't really eat it. It just goes, nothing happens. It might not be good for you, but they're so delicious. I just break them with my hands. I like the little crunch of the ramen noodles in it for sure. Okay, I'm going to toss in the dressing and it needs to set for a couple of hours. So let's coat it pretty even. I really want to smell it because I want to make sure it's right. It smells like vinegar. I'm going to toss it around and put it in the fridge. And when we come back, we'll start building our little sliders.
Trust Rogers & Associates Insurance to keep your peace of mind through all the seasons in life. Whether you're cozy at home memory making with your family, on an outdoor adventure with the top down, floating on a boat, or in the middle of harvest, we can customize an insurance plan that's perfect for you. For all the seasons, we've got you covered. Call us or visit us online to learn more today. Storage Solutions is now offering premier portable buildings built locally in Greensburg and made to withstand the Kansas weather. These unique buildings can be more than just a storage shed and are as large as 16 by 40 feet. Their 30-year warranty offers flooring and walls that won't rot, splinter, or crack and are finished with a urethane paint. Multiple purchasing options are available. Visit Storage Solutions of Hayes to view models or go online to customize your building today.
The team at Homestead Assisted Living is a proud supporter of the Hayes community. Located just west of the Sternberg Natural History Museum, Homestead is a warm and welcoming community where residents receive compassionate care from licensed professionals. If you're curious about senior living options for yourself or a loved one, make Homestead your first call. Our kind and courteous staff would love to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Call us today to schedule a tour of Homestead or visit us online at homesteadofhayes.com.
Okay, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and start on our ground beef sliders. And I have to tell you, I was eating lunch at work and a coworker had some of these in her lunch. And she said they were super easy to warm up for leftovers and that they were really good for leftovers. So that's why I wanted to try this, was to have some lunches, because when you're taking a lunch all the time, you run out of ideas and those Lunchables start to taste not that great. So they're never that great. Anyway, so this is the sliders and we're gonna put them on, some people like savory, buttery Hawaiian rolls. I personally like the artisanal rolls. So we're gonna do both. Also, she likes to cook them in the oven. So we're gonna make half of them in the oven. Doyle and I just like to eat them on the bun because it makes them even easier for leftovers. And we just felt like it was drying out the bun too much. So even if we're gonna do the bun, we're gonna put a little bit of like butter and seasoning on top. So, but it's just so easy. And then you can just do cut one bun at a time. So anyway, this is about 2 pounds of hamburger. And I'm hoping it won't be too greasy, but if it is, we'll have to drain it. And at the same time, a lot of times you don't have to drain it just because we're putting in a package of beefy Lipton onion soup, beefy onion, and it reconstitutes the onions, kind of, some of the grease does, so that helps a little. I would like a wooden spoon. So I'm going to turn this up. This might take a bit of time, so if it gets too slow, we'll take a break. But in the meanwhile, I will tell you about the other things we're going to put in. One of them is a secret because one of the people I cook for does not like this ingredient. But I gave them the recipe and I said, do you want to make any changes? And he didn't look at it. So he said, no changes, follow the recipe. So it has mayonnaise in it. So you have to be quiet because no one is to know it. But it makes them so creamy and delicious. You just have to have the mayo. So after we get this browned, and if I need to drain any, I will. I actually love cooking hamburger. It's so fun. I really love using this thing too. Mix and chop. After it gets browned, we're going to put about a half a cup of mayonnaise in it and 2 cups of cheese. So that'll make it almost reconstitute into a burger. It doesn't fall apart like a New Way burger because it has all that cheese holding it together. But if you've ever gone to Cozy's, I like at the end you're supposed to put whatever you want on them. And of course, if you are having a slider, who is not going to think of Cozy's in Salina? And they always made them the same way. You could not get anything different. Your hamburger was cooked with onion, and at the end, you got mustard on it. You could not say no mustard. You just got mustard. So these are nice. At Cozy's, you usually got 6 at a time. But we usually eat 2. And this recipe makes 24. So that, if you have a large family, that's great. Otherwise, you're gonna have a lot of leftovers. Sometimes we do just half. The only thing that makes it kind of difficult to do half is then you've got to measure out half of this packet. But I don't put any other seasonings on it really, just this. And then while it's cooking, I think I'll cut some of the buns. Half of the buns I'm gonna cook in the oven. So what I did was I put some foil in here. Oh, that's up to temp. And then I have some cooking spray, so I sprayed it there so it wouldn't stick to the buns. Now the buns are easiest to cut all at once unless you're gonna do them one at a time like we do. I'm gonna do half of them. For me, it's easier if I get a guide. So I'm gonna put them in a low sheet pan and then use a bread knife and go across them. So to even be more experimental, I am going to, the half I cook are gonna be half artisanal and half King's Hawaiian. King's Hawaiian's been around a long time. I remember having it in college. I love the artisanal, they're so soft. Well, so are the King's Hawaiian, but they're a little bit sweet. I hope I don't cut through my hand. I did. Okay. That's terrible. Okay. So those are cut in half, and I'll put the bottom halves, oops, they're falling apart, with one hand in my little foil-lined pan. Then we'll spread this mixture over them and put the tops on. So the meat still needs to cook a little bit, and I need to get a bandage. So let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll build these things.
Trust Rogers and Associates Insurance to keep your peace of mind through all the seasons in life. Whether you're cozy at home, memory making with your family, on an outdoor adventure with the top down, floating on a boat, or in the middle of harvest, we can customize an insurance plan that's perfect for you. For all the seasons, we've got you covered. Call us or visit us online to learn more today. Storage Solutions is now offering premier portable buildings built locally in Greensburg and made to withstand the Kansas weather. These unique buildings can be more than just a storage shed and are as large as 16 by 40 feet. Their 30-year warranty offers flooring and walls that won't rot, splinter, or crack and are finished with a urethane paint. Multiple purchasing options are available. Visit Storage Solutions of Hayes to view models or go online to customize your building today.
The team at Homestead Assisted Living is a proud supporter of the Hayes community. Located just west of the Sternberg Natural History Museum, Homestead is a warm and welcoming community where residents receive compassionate care from licensed professionals. If you're curious about senior living options for yourself or a loved one, make Homestead your first call. Our kind and courteous staff would love to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Call us today to schedule a tour of Homestead or visit us online at homesteadofhayes.com.
Hey, welcome back. I got my Band-Aid and we got all finished. This looks delicious. Look at this beef. And we did not drain it. See, you really don't need to. I think that soup mix kind of grabs it all up if there is any. It was pretty lean meat also, but I'll add some fat to it now. We've got some, I'm putting in half a cup, let me make sure I got that right, half a cup of mayonnaise. And in honor of my friend Maggie, I did make sure to get Hellman's, her favorite. However, now I've learned there's supposed to be a better brand. So, gosh, I gotta find it. What was it called? Dave's? Duke's. Never heard of it before, but this is apparently the next big thing. So, this, just a couple cups of cheese also with this. I think that's about it. Well, what's a better cheese dispenser? Because this is not 2 cups. I'm just guessing. Let's just put more in. That's probably what it should be. So I'm going to mix this together. The cheese will melt. Then if you were at our house, we would just build our bun. We'd cut our own bun and build it. But for this show, we're also going to bake it. And the oven is at 350. We set the oven at 350, and then I'm going to get this all stirred up, cut it in half, and spread the 1/2 on these buns. What I'm going to put on the top of it, which I'll do it in the back, so you probably won't see it, but I'm going to put just a brush. I have a basting brush. I'm going to brush on some melted butter and some garlic powder. Some people like poppy seeds. That's really good with the ham and cheese sliders. Ah, look at that cheese. Gosh, that meat looks really good this time. Okay, there's half. Come closer. I was just talking to this pan. Okay. Now, after I get this on, don't let me forget, I have to spray the top of the foil also. We're going to pop them in the oven for 20 minutes. But really, everything in there is cooked, right? Right? So we're just basically setting them into the bun and warming the bun up a bit. Oh my heavens. Look how much cheese I lost. So if you look about how much beef is on here, when we build our own, we put about 1/4 cup on each little. So that way you know how much to warm up when you have it for seconds. So now these artisanal buns are bigger. Okay, looks spread out pretty good. Now, we're gonna put on at the end when they're done, we will be putting on mustard and dill relish. I've given up on dill pickles. I'm all about the dill relish these days. Less chewing, I am too busy. Okay, here we go. I need the tops of the buns. Now, I'm going to confess, I didn't do a very good job of cutting those artisanal buns. Spray the top. This stuff comes out crazy. This is a new kind of sprayer for me. Okay, I'm going to go in the back and put a little bit of butter and garlic powder on top. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Nex-Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected. Try us for 30 days, risk-free.
What a girl wants in her home kitchen. Ease of use, flexibility, fun, the latest kitchen design, Frigidaire Professional real stainless steel for fewer finger smudges, a French door refrigerator, convection cooking, and quiet dishwasher. Have the staff at Genuine Appliance in Hayes demonstrate new Frigidaire gallery appliances to find what you want. Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th Street in Hayes. Everything a girl wants.
Okay, welcome back to Local Flavor. We're making our sliders with a side of Asian salad, and I just got these out of the oven. I used my little baster brush. I'll show you. My little baster brush I used to paint some melted butter on them, and then I just shook a little garlic powder on them. So, and you have to cover them with foil that you spray with Pam, or it will stick. Now I have to tell you, it's true that the Hawaiian buns look more like little hamburgers, but those artisan buns are so good. So I'm just gonna try them with a little bit on. Now at Cozy's you eat 6, we just do 2. I'm just gonna do 1 since we're making other stuff today too. And here is our little Asian salad. I hope it turned out okay. It smelled like a lot of vinegar. So, let me try it first. It's better after setting a little bit. It toned the vinegar down a bit. I think you could reduce it because you can always add it later. But it tastes about like I expected. I do not think the soy sauce flavor is the same as Oriental. I could be crazy, but that's how I'm feeling. Now look at this tiny little burger. I do want to put some, I usually do this on the whole pan, but since I don't know where these are going to end up, I put a little bit of just bright yellow, cheap mustard. And then this is the new thing. Everyone needs to be in on this. Dill relish is the way to go. So I put that on there. Smash it around, and I'll do this with a fork. A little bit. It's so good. I even love it baked. I had not put the butter on last time. It just kind of dried it out. So that makes it so moist and delicious. And I'm telling you, the zing of that cheap mustard and that dill, they are just delicious, and they're so easy. You've got to try them. And honestly, I've taken them for lunch. They really do. Like, you can warm them up for 30 seconds in the microwave inside a paper towel, and they don't get hard or weird. So anyway, give them a try. Try this if you want, but it's honestly, I'd just rather eat a bunch of these burgers. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for having burgers with me, and I'll see you next time on Local Flavor.